So, you need to get malpractice insurance. You get a few quote options, but how do you really know which malpractice carrier is best? Unless you're an expert in the malpractice field, it can be difficult to know what carriers are even available and which ones you should really be looking at for your personal protection. In today's episode, we're going to give you the 10 key things to look at when you're comparing malpractice carriers. It's important that you not only find the right priced insurance, but also the best quality coverage so that your good name, assets, and reputation are protected for years to come. Welcome to Malpractice Insights, the show dedicated to helping healthcare professionals understand medical malpractice insurance and providing you with the solutions you need so that you can get back to the work of practicing good medicine. My name is Jennifer Wiggins, CEO of Aegis Malpractice Solutions, and I'm so glad you've joined us today. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Thanks so much for being here. We release a new episode every week, both on YouTube and your favorite podcast streaming platform, so be sure to like and subscribe to stay connected. All right, let's jump in. So, which malpractice insurance company is best? Well, that depends. There are several large national insurance carriers, but also some excellent regional and state-specific carriers as well. In order to determine which carrier is right for you, we suggest that you look at 10 key things to make sure you're getting the very best coverage at the best possible price. So let's look at each of these 10 key factors and unpack them a little. First is price. For so many doctors, this is the first and only thing they look at when it comes to malpractice insurance. And while it's certainly true that you don't want to be overpaying for your med-mal coverage, it's equally important that you're not underpaying and sabotaging your protection down the road. It's generally recommended that doctors compare the rates from at least 2 to 3 different carriers to get a range of premiums to consider. And when you're looking at rates, be sure to look at both claims-made and occurrence options. And for your claims-made quotes, it's important that you ask about subsequent years' premiums, since brand new claims-made premiums start out low but then increase in price for about 5 years. It's also important that you get an estimate of tail so that you can fully compare all of your coverage options to not only pick the carrier that's right for you, but also the type of insurance that's right for you. We have a few previous episodes on occurrence versus claims made if you need more information on the difference between these two policy types. In fact, there's one particular episode where we give you some real-life examples of rate options for each so that you can get a better sense of how to compare the two kinds of malpractice insurance. So we'll link those episodes for you here and in the show notes. So check those out if you're interested in learning more. Second, it's important for you to look at the available policy types that each carrier has to offer. We've already mentioned that you need to get quotes for both claims made and occurrence, but be aware that not every carrier offers both types of insurance. When you're comparing one carrier to the next, be sure to find out what types of policies they have to offer. Do they only have claims made available, or do they also offer occurrence? Do they have any other unique types of coverages available, such as a claims-made policy with a prepaid tail? Be sure to note all of this information as you are comparing one carrier to the next. The third thing for you to look at when you're comparing malpractice carriers is what states do they write in. Even if you're only planning on working in one location for now, it may be important for you to know the capabilities of the carrier that you're selecting in the event that the scope of your practice ever increases in the future. With telemedicine on the rise, it's worth asking the question to see what other states the carrier covers so that you can determine if they're the right long-term fit for your practice. Fourth, how long has the insurance carrier been in business? And what is their financial rating? Longevity and financial stability are critical factors when comparing one insurance company to another, since their viability directly impacts your coverage. If you buy insurance from a company that is not financially stable, you run the risk of that company going under and you being uninsured. It's important that you're aligning yourself with a quality carrier that has experience and a strong balance sheet to help you rest assured that you are going to have the protection you need when you need it. The fifth thing for you to consider is the company's trial win rate, claim experience, and the defense firms that they use. At the end of the day, the reason why you carry malpractice insurance is to protect you in case you're sued for alleged harm. For that reason, a company's claim experience and their trial win rate is incredibly important for you to consider because it shows you how good they are at doing just that. You want to see a carrier that has experienced claim adjusters who handle a lot of cases. You also want to see a trial win rate of at least 90%. I'd also suggest that you ask which defense firms they use. A good malpractice insurance company will only use the very best firms in the area. And if you have a particular defense attorney that you prefer to use, be sure to ask if you have the flexibility to request an attorney of your choice. Number 6 on our list of best carrier criteria is to find out a carrier's experience level in your state. Malpractice laws and regulations are highly nuanced and unique from state to state. There really is not one state that's exactly like the other when it comes to the way that malpractice insurance is underwritten. In order to find out how experienced a carrier is in a given state, you might want to ask how long they've been writing in that state, how many policyholders they have in that state, and how long the current underwriter has been handling business there. Even if a company as a whole says that they do business everywhere, the real test of their experience lies in the expertise and skill level of the underwriter who is managing the business in a given state. The 7th factor to consider is the all-important issue of consent to settle. We've covered the topic of consent to settle in detail on a previous episode, so we'll link that for you here and in the show notes. But when it comes to comparing one carrier to the next, you definitely need to know if you have the final say when it comes to the way that your claims are handled. You want to make sure that you have a policy with pure consent to settle, which means that the carrier must obtain your direct written consent before they are allowed to settle any claim. The 8th thing for you to look at is what risk management services the carrier has to offer. Many malpractice carriers will give you a designated risk consultant who is specifically assigned to your practice to help you navigate difficult patient interactions, help you establish policies and procedures, learn how to discharge a problem patient, and more. Risk management services might also include in-person risk assessments for your practice, educational courses, CME offerings, and other benefits to help you reduce the likelihood of a malpractice claim. Number 9 is where we start getting into some of the fun stuff, the perks that carriers could offer. When you're comparing companies, check to see if they have any dividend offerings, loyalty programs, or retirement savings accounts that you may benefit from. Mutual companies typically offer dividends to their policyholders, and many times these dividends can be significant. Wouldn't it be nice to get a check from your malpractice insurance company where they actually share their profits with you? Beyond dividends, many carriers also offer loyalty or retirement savings accounts where the company actually puts aside a portion of your premium each year so that you build up a nice little balance that you can cash out when you reach retirement age. Sometimes these balances can be significant after many years with the same carrier. We've seen payouts of $10,000, $20,000, and even up to $30,000. So it's definitely a perk that you want to be aware of as you're comparing your options. And the last item on our list, number 10, is other value-added services for your practice. Beyond the financial incentives that we've mentioned, it's important for you to consider any other programs or offerings that your practice may benefit from, such as free subscriptions, emotional support programs for doctors who are going through a claim, adverse outcome stipend programs, clinical tools, and other resources. All of these factors can make a big difference when you're deciding which malpractice carrier is best, so it's worth the time to review each option thoughtfully. If you need help comparing all of this information as you're looking at malpractice insurance quotes, a knowledgeable malpractice insurance agent will be your best resource. Not only can they help you navigate the carrier options and help you look at each of these 10 key areas, but they can also provide you with other anecdotal feedback, such as which company is easiest to work with, which ones are quick with their turnaround times, etc. If you have any questions on this topic or you want to make sure that you're covered appropriately, click the link in the description box below where you can connect with us via phone, email, or chat today. And if you're listening, please visit us online at aegismalpractice.com. That's AEGIS malpractice.com. We have some great episodes lined up for you in the next few weeks. I hope you found this one helpful. If so, could you do me a favor and give us a like and leave a review? And be sure to subscribe to our show so that you can catch our next installment of Malpractice Insights, where we're dedicated to helping you understand medical malpractice insurance and providing you with the solutions you need so that you can get back to the work of practicing good medicine. This is Jennifer Wiggins. Thanks for joining us.